Alright, so what you want to start with is drawing a circle. Make sure the circle isn't too big because we have to fit the whole drawing on the paper. And while I'm saying it, I'm actually making my circle a little bit too big, but that's okay. So what you want to start off with is drawing the eye ridges. Go like this and like this. Then you want to draw a line that goes like this. And then draw in his snout. Draw a line like this. And then you want to draw a line that goes back to the circle. And over here it goes like this. Alright, so this is gonna be the base of the top of his head, or his upper jaw. So now we wanna draw in the eye ridge, or the ridges, more accurately according to the Jurassic World Dominion type. So we want to draw a line like this, and then we want to draw something like that. And then you just want to continue on with those shapes. You also want to do that on over here. So you want to start over here. Yeah, I made it way too big, to be honest. So you want to start over here, and then you want to do the same. You want to kind of mirror what you did on the other side, but just in the right perspective. Something like that. And then there's another part of the back of his skull. So his eye is located pretty far back on his head. Yeah, on his head. By the way, this is actually, his eye is a little bit lower because of the fact that this is cartridge. So his eye is supposed to be somewhere over here. And then there's a indication for one of the holes in his skull over here, which would be kind of like an air chamber or something, I'm not sure. Or maybe the muscles attached to this area. And then over here we have a nostril right there. And make sure this nostril is below the kind of ridgy area. Something like that. And then over there's also another indication. So now we want to draw in his eye, which is quite big. Alright. So there we have the basics for the GIGANOTOSAURUS. We want to adjust it a little bit here and there. So we want to draw his, we want to make his the front of his snout a little bit thinner. A little bit more of distinct shapes, I guess. Alright, so this should be fine for now. Now we want to start drawing the bottom jaw. So we want to draw something like this over here, and then same over here. And then this jaw goes open. This jaw opens very widely because it's supposed to have the neck of the T-Rex right in the middle of it. Something like this. It's not supposed to be very wide, just like with the T-Rex, but you are supposed to make it look like it fits, if you know what I mean. Alright, so now we draw a shape like this, and this goes all the way to this area of his jaw, and you just attach it to it. So now we want to draw in his neck, which goes like this. And let's make his body a little bit further away than his head, because his head is way too big. So we have to be able to still fit in his body. in the page, so we're gonna use perspective here. Alright, so his body would be right over there, or his back, I guess. And don't worry about the right shapes and everything. We're gonna go back in later and make sure that everything looks alright. Alright, so we want to attach his leg to his pelvis over there, I guess. And this pose will be similar to the one that I actually drew earlier with my tutorial on how to draw the Giga. So this is going to be 1 foot with 3 toes, right? Or something like that. And his shin muscle should be, or his calf muscle should be a little bit larger, more pronounced like this. And then we want to draw another something like that. Alright, so this is gonna work out fine, I guess. So now we have to draw in his tail. So his tail sort of has a curve right here, and then it goes right over his foot, like so. And then it just goes back up like this. Yeah, again, I might have made it a little bit too big, but that's okay. Everything is gonna be alright. Every little thing is gonna... Alright, so what we want to do now is we want to draw the other leg, which will be positioned about right there, and then it just goes down. It comes down over there, and then it just touches down right here. We can see 2 toes, not 3, just 2, because this foot is angled a little bit further to the left or a little bit further out, and these toes can be a little bit closer to each other like this. Alright, and this foot can also be a little bit further back than this one, so a little bit higher up, but I think I'm gonna draw it a little bit further down because I need the space because of the proportions and everything. So I want to make it look like proportions are still right. So this is about the same height but a little bit higher. Alright. And his tail is actually blocking a little bit of the view on his foot, which isn't too bad. It's just, yeah, it's just a little bit annoying because I can't draw there. Okay, so now we need to draw in 2 of his little forearms. So he does have bigger arms than the T-Rex, but they are still relatively small compared to, well, not compared to meat-eating dinosaurs, but just compared to the modern day sort of standard. So we want to draw a circle there, and then we want to attach a couple of claws to it. So we're going to attach one here, and then just attach one more there, I guess. And then you just put in a nail and put some paddings over it, and do the same for every single claw that you just put in. And there we have a successful drawn in hand. His hand might be a little bit too big, but his arm is the right length. And this is actually kind of sad because this arm will not be visible. Well, part of it won't be. So now we want to draw in the other hand or the other arm. We are looking at it from a different perspective, so it's a little bit wider. And you just copy me a little bit and everything will be alright. Okay, so now we just drew in this circle for the base of the hand, and then we just draw the the 3 claws, like well, like this. So you want to draw in one over here. You want to draw in one over there. Then you want to draw in another one over there. And then you just attach claw and then add some padding to it. Again over here, add a claw, add some padding, and then just follow the line back. Just have to get my lead a little bit further out. Alright, there we go. His hand might be a little bit too big, but in the perspective that we're drawing, it might be just right, because his head looks really big, but everything else is just, the farther away it gets, the smaller it gets. So yeah. So this is the basics for the Giga. Now we need to put in the T-Rex. So the way you want to put in the T-Rex is you want to start drawing a circle just as big as the first one, right here. So just about here on his lower jaw. Something like this. Alright. So this T-Rex head is supposed to be large as well, because it's closer and the whole body will be right about over there, and then the tail will go like that. But yeah, so we have to pay attention to the fact that his head is going to be a little bit bigger. So now I have to get my reference in, or I'll have to look at my reference a little bit, because I don't want to mess the head of the T-Rex, because he has such an iconic head that if you make just a couple of small mistakes, you can mess it up very badly. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to draw a line. You want to start drawing a line from the circle and go slightly up to the right, and the line has to be about a little bit longer than the length of this whole circle, something like this. And then you just go down like this, a curved line. Alright, so now you just draw a line like this, and a line that goes straight back to the base of the circle. Well, not the base, but yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, and then you just draw a bump right here, and then it curves up and it curves back down again till the end of this circle. Then we want to start drawing his the back of his skull, so it angles that way, then it angles a bit that way. It just has a bump right there, it has a bump right here, and then it slowly gets into the eyebrow of the T-Rex, which sort of looks like this. So this one is supposed to be the biggest bump, and then the one over there. Alright, something like this. So this line can be a little bit more like this, curved like that. And now what we want to do is you want to curve this line a little bit like this, and we want to add a line, curved line, right there. Just like that. And we also want to add a curved line right there. So this will be the other side of his jaw. And then we draw a line like this. And then we want to draw a line like this over here as well. Alright, so this head is starting to get pretty large. I mean, not too large, but large enough. Okay, so now we want to have his jaws opened wide. So we're gonna draw a bump over here, and then just draw his jaw like this, and over here as well. And then we wanna draw the bottom of his bottom jaw. Like this. And from here on, by the way, we have to finish this bump going down and then going back up again. And then his the back of his bottom jaw goes like this, goes down, then it sort of angles towards this, and then it just touches like that. Maybe it's a little bit more straight, but that's the basics, I guess. Alright, so now we have to erase everything that's inside of the head of the T-Rex that is not supposed to be there. Because we will be adding his eye and everything to it. Alright. So right now it doesn't really look too much like the T-Rex, right? Well, that's gonna change. Because we're just gonna adjust the what's it called? We're just gonna adjust the imperfect areas until they are perfect, and then we will eventually get there. So basically there's a bump right there, which is this area right here that you can see. Okay, so now we want to draw in the eyebrow, the actual place for where his eye is gonna start somewhere, and we want to draw a curved line right here that ends about right there. Then we have a nostril right here. So the way you draw the nostril in, just draw a circle and then just make it a triangular on the bottom like that, but it's way too big. So I'll have to erase it and make it a little bit smaller, because I wanted to show you guys how to draw it correctly. So don't make it too big, but just something like that. That's fine. So we also want to have some scales. Keep doing this. I keep pressing down too hard because I want to have clear lines that you guys can see it clearly. Alright, something like this. And then you just draw in a line, curved line like this, and that's gonna be where his eye will be placed. And it looks like the Giganotosaurus head is way bigger than the T-Rex head. I know that, but I guess that the Giganotosaurus head was supposed to be bigger than the T-Rex head. question mark. Alright, that's the placement for his eye, and then just draw very dark wrinkles around his eye. And a couple of dark scales that go down like that. We also have an area that's darkened over here. We just continue on drawing a couple of those scales, but don't go overboard too much. Alright, so now it is time to put in her neck. Actually, it's a her. I've noticed. I'm sorry. Okay, so you want to start with drawing the neck like this. And then it curves down a little bit. And it just stops right here at the tip of the Giganotosaurus jaw. And then for his bottom jaw, his bottom part of his neck, just somehow it just goes the same. And I might actually draw this one a little bit more like this. So yeah, it's a little bit too big. Just have to make it a little bit smaller. So this is gonna be Giganotosaurus bottom jaw. And now we just have to draw in the teeth of the T-Rex, but we have to erase this part of the jaw because this set of teeth, these set of teeth start inside of his jaw instead of attaching to his actually attaching to the jaw itself, or well, the jaw, I mean like the outer section. Something like that. And then we do the, well, actually she has a tongue right here that we can see, and it goes like this. But we can start drawing in these set of teeth. Alright, I'm really not happy with the way that bottom jaw looks, but we will have to deal with it, I guess. And then over here is the area where her neck stops, and we get into the chest over here, and then the rib cage over there, the top of her back, and then we have a leg muscle that comes up like this, and again we have to erase everything that's on the inside of the drawing that we don't actually need because it's just in the way now. And now we can also start adding some teeth to the Giganotosaurus jaw. And these teeth will sort of be embedded in the skin of the T-Rex. Alright, so this foot is lifted up and sort of goes like that. the other one is just right here, and it touches down right about there. So we have 3 claws. So one over here, one over there, and one over there. This foot looks a little bit small, but that's because of the fact that it is in perspective a little bit farther away. Alright, so we're gonna be drawing one hand right here, and one arm, and then I'm gonna draw a circle for the hand. Just draw 2 claws like that. And there we have it. That's one hand and arm done. The other one is sort of positioned right here. And let's put it in a different kind of pose. Something like this, and then we draw the circle for the hand. We want to kind of mirror the image. Alright, we didn't quite mirror the image correctly, but I mean, it looks decent in my opinion. Yeah, the head of the T-Rex looks way too small, so we might actually make it a little bit bigger by erasing this part and then adding a little bit more of a snout to it, a longer snout. Something like this. And then also to the bottom jaw, just erase the end, and we can just add a little bit more to it, a little bit more length, and then we just draw in the teeth again. So this looks a little bit more accurate to the size compared to the size of the Giga. And then his nostril is supposed to be positioned a little bit further in front, like that, and then you just continue on with the, and we could also just make this a little bit larger as well, just a little bit larger. And then of course we have to make his bottom jaw a little further, going further down also. Alright. something like that. Okay, now we need to put the teeth back in as well. Alright, so compared to the Giga, the head looks a lot better right now. You couldn't just go on with it the way it was. So we are 35 minutes already. Wow. Yeah, it takes a long time to do something that you're not comfortable with. Alright, so now we want to draw in the legs, or the leg for the Rex, and we want to get his toes in. So basically we want to add a couple of these claws like that, and then we just add flesh around it. Here as well, just add some flesh around it. And I'm just drawing in some knuckles actually. Like that. So he is, this leg is coming towards us because he's trying to, well, the Giga is pulling him this way, so he has to shift, or well, his weight or her weight shifted, so she is trying to put her feet on the places where she needs to don't fall down, I guess. So I'll have to make this foot a little bit larger as well. So I'll just be drawing a claw there, and a claw there. So this will be one like so. You just draw the padding, and over here as well. Well, this one is more like this. And then over here you do the same thing, and then you just follow the basic lines for his leg. And you cannot really see too much over there anymore, but you get the idea. Alright, and then we need to put in her toe as well. I made this, I kind of screwed up there. Maybe her knee is supposed to be further down like this. Maybe that will look a little bit better. And then, alright, so now for her tail just basically goes down like so, and then just goes around like this. And then we just follow the tail back all the way until right there, and there we go. Alright, okay, so now we basically put in the most important lines. The only thing that we need to do for this for this part is actually, no, wait, I still forgot something. So the Giga from the Jurassic World Dominion version has a couple of very big spikes going on. And these spikes actually go on all the way onto his or her tail. So they get very small right here, and then suddenly they just well, I'm not sure what happens, but it almost looks like the tail of a crocodile. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we will just have to go over everything, very important parts, so that everything is clear and well, very good, or very clear to see. So that will be in time lapse, so I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and it is time now to put in some small details. So I recommend to sharpen your pencil at this point, or just use a mechanical pencil. So what we want to start with is drawing some very dark shadow around his eye or her eye. Not sure if the version of Rexy from the past is a female or a male. So I guess it's not confirmed yet, so I can call it whatever I want. Rexy is a girl, but they said in the movies that they just didn't give them certain genes or something, so that it couldn't become a male. But it might have been a male in the past, actually. So what we see in the Jurassic World Dominion trailer is that the Rex has feathers. So we are going to try and add those feathers to this drawing. And we're also going to try and make it look like these teeth are connected to something inside of the jaw. So we want to draw some lines going up like that for the upper jaw. And then just continue on drawing them like this. There's gonna be a lot of shadow over here, this part. And we have a couple of lines going through here. And then we have a lot of shadow over there. Like that. Alright. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of shadow on the gummy area in his mouth. So it's gonna look something like this. And then there will be shadow over here. And some shadow over here as well. I also have a bunch of shadow over there. And a little bit of shadow over there. Inside of his mouth, it's gonna be very dark. But it's also gonna have some wider areas. Some lighter. Supposed to be a little bit more white. Something like that. And inside of his jaw, we have to darken it very dark, very much. Like so. His tongue is supposed to have sort of a tone to it as well. Like that. Alright. And we see a lot of little hairs. Or these are not really hairs, but they are feathers. Just finishing up on this area. And by the way, we can add a couple of small, or we still have to adjust the jawline to make it stand out a little bit more on both sides, the upper jaw and the lower jaw. Alright, so now we can start to add some proto feathers. I think that's what they're called. And I'm not sure where exactly they are all attached to the T-Rex. I'm not sure if she or he is covered completely in it, but yeah, we'll just have to guess on that one. I do want to draw a couple of veins because I believe that I've seen some veins on the Dominion trailer. Maybe we can make it stand out even with feathers. And of course we need to add a little bit of shadow to it. More veins going down there, going down everywhere actually. Alright. Now we just need to add the feathers to the Rex. Over here as well that we can see. A couple on his legs. And it's a good idea to start adding some shadow and going over it later with feathers, I guess. And you want to have some shadow over here as well, on the bottom of his tail. And again, I am not sure what the extent of the feathers actually are, so I'm just gonna draw some feathers over the arms, but I'm not gonna draw feathers over the hands. Yeah, this is gonna be a very long video actually. I'm just gonna do this part in time lapse. Alright, I'm back. So now it's time to put on some scales on his feet, because I think his feet are not feathered. I am not sure about this, but I believe his feet aren't feathered, so we'll just go with what I think that actually is the case. His feet tend to look more like that of a chicken, I guess. Alright, something like that. And then we just shadow in a little bit of the in between the toes. Alright, so now we go for the other set of toes. This one as well. And then this one as well. And then a little bit of shadow in between the toes again. Alright, so that is basically the Rex. And now, let's see what it looks like on camera. Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but I mean, if I would have had a little bit more time, I'm sure I would have been able to do it correctly. But yeah, now for the Giga. So the Giga has skills only. And I want to make the Giga a little bit lighter than the Rex, so I'm not gonna add too many details to the Giga. Just a couple of scribbly lines, I guess. So that you can see clearly the separation between the Giga and the Rex. This is the first time for me drawing two interacting or two dinosaurs attached to each other, so yeah, that might be the reason why this video is taking so long. But yeah, I'm sorry. Alright, so we need to add some armored kind of skin on his back. Giga has also a couple of those osteoderms or osteodorms. I'm not sure, did I just say the same thing? Is the same thing twice? I'm not really sure. I'm sorry if I did. Okay, just keep on adding those that armored skin, those blades, and when we get into his tail, they just sort of get longer, I guess, because they almost wrap around the full length of the tail, or the full thickness of the tail, I guess. Not really too sure. Right, so this drawing didn't really come out the way that I wanted it to come out, but I mean, in my opinion, it still looks pretty decent. It's just not the same quality as I normally upload. I recommend for you not to do the details, just to keep it like the line art and not too much of the shadowing and everything, because I sort of messed it up. But yeah, we're gonna stop the video right here. So if you liked the video, leave a like, comment below what you think about the video and the drawing in general, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss a single video. So this was Dinosaur Drawer, and goodbye.